Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Susilawati. I'm an excellent Power BI enthusiast with decades of business experience. I'm also the founder of Lighthouse Analytix, a YouTube channel where I share tips on how to generate clear, actionable insights with speed and accuracy. In my previous video, I have shown you how to create this sales benchmarking analysis in Power BI so that we can display sales by branch and make the color of the bottom branches in red and display the color of the top branches in green. In this video, we are going to layer upon that. We're going to add in margin percentage. Margin is a measure of profitability. The higher it is, the better. And how nice is it to be able to see not only sales by branch, but also their margin. How profitable are they? And as you can see in here, just because a branch can have low sales, it doesn't mean that they are bad on profitability metrics, because if their margin percentage is high, it is also something to celebrate. I will also show you how to create tooltips so that we can see sales, margin percentage, and margin dollar by branch as we hover across the bar chart. Do you know how to calculate margin? Margin is simply the difference between sales and costs. So if you know your sales and you know your costs, sales minus cost is equal to margin. And margin percentage is the margin dollar, margin amount, divided by sales amount. And you can, therefore, derive margin dollar if you know the sales and margin percentage. Margin dollar is equal to sales multiplied by margin percentage. So this is margin basic calculation, just in case you are not sure how to calculate margin. Let's get started. I'm going to copy this tab and I'm going to rename them Sales and Margin Benchmarking. And let's also delete unnecessary visuals. And now we are ready. We're going to add margin as a column and also margin as a line chart in these visuals. All right, let's make that a bit bigger. Let's look at the model view. We have region and data and their linked one-to-many relationship based on branch. Now let's look at the table view. First, let's look at the regions. Very simple, branch and region, classifying which branches are in region A and B. And then now let's look at the data. It's a bigger table with more rows. It's got date, branch, salesperson, sales, as well as margin percentage. Okay, this is our main table. Now that we have understood things, let's go back to our report view and let's get started. Okay, we want to add margin dollar and margin percentage into this table. How do we do that? If we go back to our data one more time, we have the margin percentage, but there is no margin dollar. And most importantly, we cannot simply just click and drag the margin percentage into the table, because doing that will give us the wrong result. For example, if we look at branch 1, it says margin percentage is 49%. But if we go back to the data and filter branch 1, as you can see in here, there are 4 lines and each numbers are less than 25. And for the month of Feb, 25 and 24, which is 49. And if we go back, we are in February. So this is simply summing the percentages over here. And it's wrong, because we should be calculating the weighted average of margin percentage. We should not be summing the margin percentage. So how do we do that? Yeah. How to do that is we must first calculate margin dollar. And how to calculate margin dollar? Sales times margin percentage. And do we add a new field? No. Whenever possible, don't add a new field. Just create a new measure. It is a better practice in Power BI. To create new measure, click Table Tools, click New Measure, and then just type in margin dollar equal to sum x, open bracket, data, sales multiplied by the margin field. You click commit, then you can see margin dollar over here as a new measure. All right, let's digest this DAX together. SumX is an iterator. The inputs are the tables that it needs to iterate and the calculations that it needs to iterate. What is the meaning of iterates? Iterates mean calculate row by row. So what this DAX is going to do, SumX is going to look at a table called data, which is this. And then for every single row, it will perform this calculation, multiplying sales and margin percentage row by row. And then after that, it will sum them. Now, if you are using other things such as count X or other things with X, then it will count or it will do other things. But in this instance, it's a sum X, so it will sum everything after row by row calculation is completed. Now, remember this table has more than just 4 rows. If we filter it earlier and if we remove the filter, just click select all. You can see there are more rows, and let's look at the outcome. Let's click and drag the margin dollar. Now you can see the outcome. And let's format it as well so that it doesn't have the decimal place. So change that to 0. Okay. Now so much neater. And let's get rid of things that we don't need. Okay. And then after that, we will then add margin percentage. Okay. And for margin percentage, we just need to create a new measure, click new measure, and type in divide, open bracket, margin dollar, and sales. So margin dollar divided by margin sales. And then click tick, and then click and drag, and voila, look at that. Now the format is wrong, so click one more time, change into percentage, and 1 decimal place, and check branch 1. It is now saying 24.5. Go back to the data and click branch 1. And let's just sense check the weighted average for February. 24 and 25. Okay, that makes sense. Looks good. All right. So earlier we have created 2 measures, margin percentage and margin dollar. Do you notice that they are located in random location? The margin dollar in the data, and then the margin percentage under this grouping bottom parameter. And I want all my measures to be together under the grouping of measures. How do we move that? Very simple. Just click margin dollar and then change the home table. I'm going to move it to measures. And then same with this. I'm going to move it to measures. There you go. So now they are neatly stored together. Next, I'm going to show you how we can add margin dollar and margin percentage into the tooltips. At the moment, you can only see the branch name and sales dollar. All we need to do is click the visuals and then find margin percentage and margin dollar and add that to the tooltip by clicking and dragging. Now, when you hover, look at that. Awesome. Next, we're going to add line chart showing margin percentage on top of this beautiful bar chart. How do we do that? Click the visuals and then click line and clustered column charts and then click and drag margin into line y-axis. And voila, all done. But it is not looking beautiful yet because they are overlapping. Let's fix the formatting. Click format your visuals and then click y-axis and let's just change the scale. Let's define a maximum and let's say 60,000 so that this bar chart finishes in the middle of the overall chart. Yep. So that's the first thing done. And then after that, after we fix the y-axis, let's also fix the secondary y-axis. We want this line to be above. So we need to change it. So let's say the minimum is minus 30% and the maximum is, let's say, plus 30. And look at that. Now they're no longer overlapping. so much better. Let's beautify it some more. Let's click Format Visual again. And then the lines, let's make it dotted. Okay. And let's make the color black. Black is neutral color. It is so much nicer. And then also, let's add some marker. Turn it on. And then make it square, size 9. And voila, so much nicer now. We're not done. Let's add some data labels. And scroll down. Data label, turn it on. And then let's also put this data label over there on the bar chart. And how do we do that? Under this data label, apply setting to sales dollar, which is this bar chart. And then scroll down a little bit. And these positions, change it to inside and. But it is not visible. So we need to change the value so that the color is white. And now it's more visible. Let's make the font a touch smaller so that we can see them. Nice. And this, I want to make disappear. This label on the y-axis. So we're going to scroll up. And then this y-axis, make the values, change the color to white. And then same with that. For the secondary axis, make the color white as well. So it's now not visible. Look at that, so much better. And then this legend I don't need as well. Sometimes less is more. So turn it off. And look at that. How nice is this? And that's it. We are done. Let's check that. Let's change it to January. And look at that. Oh, in January, it's so different. The margin was quite similar across all branches. But what happened in Feb? Oh, thing looks different. And then you can also show both Jan and Feb. And look at that. It's showing nice weighted average. So it's now looking really, really beautiful. Are we happy with what we have done? Remember, the gist of doing margin and sales benchmarking is they complement each other. Sometimes a branch can deliver lots of sales, but at the expense of lower margin. And if you are an analyst and you're monitoring the branch performance, margin should also be highlighted when it's lower than intended. One very last thing, let's not forget to change the chart heading. So let's call that sales and margin benchmarking. And then in here, let's also call that sales and margin by branch. And then in here, of course, sales and margin benchmarking analysis. All done.